Max, answer me.
The right ventricle's collapsed. She's gone.
X5599, I've got a heart for you.
We had already committed to the idea that Max was going to be captured at the end of the season, and it suddenly dawned on us, well, why not have her escape, but break everybody out? And we were going to, along the way, meet these specially purposed, genetically engineered soldiers, built to fight in the desert or underwater or whatever that might be. They were going to be out in the world, and the repercussions of that were going to be the thrust of the second season.
The idea was essentially that, in fact, there were earlier generations, earlier attempts to genetically engineer superior human beings using animal DNA, and that this had resulted in some strange animal-human hybrids, and that this was a kind of a dark part of Manticore's history that they had kind of kept secret.
And starting season 2, we knew we were going to get a lot more drastic with our characters. Season 1, the only difference between most of our transgenics was the barcode. Now, season 2, we knew there was going to be a lot more of the anomalies, which were down in the basement of Manticore.
It was a whole new direction for the show, which made it, especially directing the season opener, that much more challenging, because we were introducing different arcs for that season that were going to take the show off in completely different directions.
I think it definitely has more sci-fi, more action. I think it's definitely reality-based science fiction, and we're just exploring that more this season.
But I think this year the show has definitely pushed outside of its boundaries last year. We have sort of a bigger sense of the world that Max lives in.
Well, with season 2, because of the new direction they were heading, they brought in new characters. Kevin Durand plays Joshua.
My character's name is Joshua, and he's a little bit hairy. He was basically the first genetic experiment from Manticore, and they went a little too far on the canine. As soon as he meets Max, right away he starts picking up her lingo and is overwhelmed by this beautiful girl's kindness.
Max realizes that he's just a human being with a soft heart, and it's not his fault that he looks the way he does.
In the episode The Medium is the Message, Joshua discovers he can paint. We had him dancing and howling. And Kevin Durand, it's very funny to see this guy in this prosthetic with this hair dancing. The guy is a trained singer-dancer. He's actually done Broadway musicals.
Kevin Durand is unbelievable. He's so funny. I had never seen him without his prosthetics, because he was in the chair 4 hours before me and 4 hours after me. So I was done. I was out of there. And I never saw him. And he walked up to me on set one day and was like, "Hey, Ash, how you doing?" I had no idea who he was. No clue at all. In fact, Jensen ran into him in Los Angeles at a bar, and he walked up. He's like, "Hey, Jensen, how you doing?" Jensen had no idea. He's like, "Oh my God, who's this big guy? Did I do something wrong? Who's your girlfriend? Oh no,
Jensen Ackles joined us, and he played the character of Alec.
He was kind of her Woody, stupid, crazy, smart alecky, chip on his shoulder sidekick.
When we started talking about creating a character like Alec, an X5 like Max, who could walk the streets because he looks perfectly normal, someone who was a rogue and sexy, a potential love interest, a potential rival to Logan, we all just, were thinking about Jensen, who played a very, very different character, a much darker character in the first season, but we knew he could play this too, and we decided let's just deal with that confusion later on, and heck, why not? Why can't he be a genetic twin?
He had no problem robbing from people or pulling whatever scam he was doing.
He was a hustler, man. He had his hand in everybody's pockets, He was always making deals. He was on the move. Hey, check it out. Grandma's got herself a plasma screen TV.
We're not going to come back here and steal her TV.
Why not? He was always sort of foiling Max, who, at the very heart of it, she was looking to do things noble and that were good, and he was really out for number one.
I got to do a lot of physical acting and a lot of stunts, and I actually probably did 90% of it myself. I tried to. Stunt double hated me because you get to, had to get makeup, hair, wardrobe, and just sit on the sideline and watch me do it all. So that was really fun for me. I liked trying to do as much as I could.